So, okay, so tell us a little bit about the money spot.
So the simplest way to put it is that the money spot is kind of like a personal trainer, but for your money. So it is, well, it's first run by students for students, and we essentially look at how we can best increase financial literacy on the VCU's campus. So we go from just teaching people about savings and budgeting to most especially their money habits, their I guess their spending habits, their just their money behavior in a sense, because we, again, personal trainers want to make sure that people actually grow in their understanding but also their use of money.
Okay. That's cool. And then, okay, so you guys actually teach people how in the long run.
Yeah.
That's nice. So, like, if I spend most of my money on food, then.
Yeah. I mean, see, that's another, I guess, misconception as well too. When it comes to money itself, money's meant to be spent. I think it's usually the allocation of that spending that really matters. Like how often you spend, how much you spend, and that's what we at the Money Spot work to help people understand and then be able to take better control of. So you still have to spend money at the end of the day, but if you know to spend this amount as opposed to all of it, then you're a lot more financially literate.
What do you like best about the money spot?
I like the teaching piece. So I'm a finance major, but personally for me, I'm not really that moved by the money itself, but mainly the understanding of value. So being able to optimize value is a really big thing when it comes to financial literacy, because you have this amount of stuff and you can make this much with it. But if you can essentially finesse your way around what you have already, you can make more out of what you already have. You know, kind of like the whole like making a dollar stretch thing, but on a more I guess more intricate and more grandiose scale.
What best tips do you have, or like what do you mostly tell students that come to you?
When it comes to money, basically just like looking at value itself, not just the money, because money is a resource towards value, but the value that you're trying to achieve sometimes can be achieved without the money itself. You know, most people don't really realize that, and then before you know it, they overspend, and then they run out of money. But yeah. Another thing that I tell people too is especially for those who want to invest, and it's more so like a personal advice. I guess from like my personal preference, I would say for students looking to invest, look to invest in skills than stocks. I mean, definitely invest in stocks because it's still financially feasible. But when it comes to skills, those are the bigger determinants of you being able to hold out your money. So learn how to cook, for instance, learn how to understand cars better, learn how to just how to take care of yourself on a much more like I guess adult scale. It's a big thing because most people, especially people that recently like graduated, may graduate and then they may be on their own, and certain things that like certain basic things that they would need to know how to do on like the domestic level they may not know, and because of that they end up spending a lot more money. So like if you don't know how to cook, you depend more on eating out, which then takes a lot out of your savings and such like that. So if you did know how to cook, you save a lot more money, basically.
And do you have any questions, Natalie?
No, not right now.
Okay. I know you said something about loans and like debt and.
Oh, well, like, what would you recommend for someone who's trying to pay off a credit card in X amount of time?
I think being informed about just one how much you owe, but also what the rates mean, because a lot of people will see like certain percentages and stuff, but may not necessarily know what that means, and sometimes it may seem I guess very grueling to want, like to know I guess kind of like the more intricate parts of like those numbers and such, but at the same time too that's kind of like that's your money, you know, that's that thing that's tied to your life, and that could be a strong determinant of like how far you move in life. So you don't want those little things to be missed out on, which then ends up impacting your life so much. So as far as like tackling credit cards, student loans, all that kind of stuff, first thing you want to do is just be informed to I guess the best extent possible, not just know how much you owe, but how best you can pay it off based on what the numbers are. You know.
Okay, well, thank you. And then, is there anything else you'd like to add today?
No, I just no, not really.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Okay.